we got moving day. So, yeah, the house is pretty clean right now, actually.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's because Brennan moved out, and then after Brennan's stuff all got out, I started cleaning things. If anybody wants to send a mop to the P.O. box, hook your boy up. Get that dollar store vibe. But, yeah, we're going to go move stuff to the shop. We're going to take my toolbox out there so I can dip into your fuse collection.
Oh.
I forgot Anthony blew all of my fuses when he put the battery on backwards.
Yes. How do you put it on?
And then
Never mind.
Then when my ECU would turn on, I was like... He's like, well, if I blew it up, there's another Mega Squirt over there. I'll trade you because he had one. But then I was like, wait, fuses. And then when they were all blown, I was like, I built it right. I did it. I know what I'm doing, kind of. Oh, yeah. We should also get oil and an oil filter in that case because the oil filter was leaking and all the oil came out of my brand new engine while it was running again.
Perfect.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, that's exactly.
See, but you circulate and then you get all the assembly lube out.
Right.
Which, by the way, this guy was like, you should have used assembly lube on the bearings on the rabbit engine. I was like, I most definitely did. You think I'm a fucking... There's so much money in that engine and I'm just going to be like, put the parts in dry and let her rip? God, good lord. Alright, we got to get down these stairs. Tyler, if you see this, I moved your bike, but I promise I didn't drop it. So... I can't do worse than when that lady hit him when he was riding it. So, you know. Well, I mean, I guess I could, but the point is I didn't drop it.
Yeah. We didn't.
So I'm going to set the camera up so we can take this down the stairs just in case something comical happens. Real quick, I posted a thing on YouTube and I was like, what's your favorite car I've ever owned? And this guy said, hold on, let me pull it up so I have an exact quote. I don't want to put any words in anyone's mouth because the words that he used were offensive enough. Shout out McShrank35, the G35, cause it's a dumpster fire. Bitch! This is the most expensive car I've ever owned outright. Technically, Idaho Central Credit Union owns that.
Yes, yeah.
I'm mad enough to admit that. But I guess he's kind of right, though. Like, when you get down to it, you know, the door that doesn't quite fit right and the missing bolts on the steering wheel and the... oh, it actually closed that time. The...
just gotta eat it hard enough.
The angle kit that has so much mad gang angle that it just ate the tie rod ends away.
Yes.
It needs to be more hot boy low, I think. Like a lot more.
Did you use it as a drift car at that point?
Yeah! Just open it and it's full of old TVs with like built-in VCRs like the first Fast and Furious. Dude, can I kickflip the balance board inside the U-Haul?
Do it.
Oh my god, it's so slippery.
Don't eat shit.
I can't jump very high either, is the problem. Oh, come on. I was way closer than I thought the first try, so I'm going to get this.
Hey!
Alright, now that the important work's done. Alright, we didn't film any of this, but it's all loaded up now.
Yay!
Suburban. Remember when we had one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, who made this baller sticker? Get some free money. Mitchell's a 7'3" guy, and he's been telling me everything I've been doing wrong. Well, he used to be a 7. He's
What's the deal with the red silicone on the exhaust manifold?
Oh, the Volvo.
Oh, which Volvo?
The one out there.
On the exhaust manifold?
On the exhaust manifold gasket, red silicone.
I don't know. That sounds Anthony.
Oh God, stop that. I only say from experience that I know how to work it.
What are you making?
Mark 5 Supra flanges.
Where was it?
There's just new animals every time.
She just came in.
It's cold, Jake.
Yeah, it's not bad.
We were gonna bring my Volvo in and fire it up just cause, but since dude's working on shit, we're gonna not. Did I tell you I'm buying another B5 probably?
No. That's not fun.
That's my old car, yeah. That's your parts car?
It's not really good for anything else now.
Why?
I don't know. Because I have this one and it's driving.
That one was driving.
It was, yeah. And there's no more wiring harness, and I'm swapping the wiring harness over to this. So.
Alright.
I lost a bunch of hardware for that car, so.
Is this the Turb 1?
Turb 1.
Turbone. What's this? Oh, for tunes?
Yeah.
Is this untuned still?
Yeah.
Dope.
But it's on 5 pounds, which is the factory boost setting. And of course, it's a bigger turbo, but it still drives away.
Ah, ask Ross, dude. Boost is boost. Doesn't matter. Alright, let me put my B cell on. Alright, let's hear this shit pile of garbage he fucking ripped, dude. Does the AC work in this one?
Yep, I didn't take the condenser.
It feels like the same as a stock V5.
Yeah.
It sounds way cooler though.
Russell and I drove it with 10 pounds. It rips.
Yeah.
But we did that once because it shreds the clutch.
How are you gonna tune it?
Yeah, huh?
How are you gonna tune it? Oh, you're putting the Mega Spurt on. Yeah.
And I already have the stage 4 6-puck clutch, so.
Hell yeah.
And a chromoly flywheel.
The thing makes a lot of noise, but it doesn't feel faster than a normal B5 at all.
Well, how much pounds is it on?
5? The stock turbos, actually, Jake, are 7. Okay.
On this?
Yeah.
It was 5. So it went up to, it goes up to 7 and then goes down to 5.
Anyway, he's untuned on the old Turb 1. He's like, obviously it's bigger turbo. And I was like, well, ask Ross, dude. Boost is boost. Doesn't matter. Alright, so Ross and I are talking right now. Ross has that Ford Ranger out there.
Ranger?
Currently doesn't have the title for it,
No.
so it's a bit of a situation. I accidentally zoomed all the way in.
Oh, nice.
So we were talking about the fact that people put Volvo B234 16 valve heads on those engines. And Josh from Yoshi Fab, shout out Yoshi Fab, go buy some Volvo parts from him. Josh hooks it up. He sells a set of studs without, you don't have to modify the head or the Ford block for $16. And then you just bolt a Volvo head onto a Ford engine block. So everybody does a 16 valve, obviously, but we have 1,000,000 8 valve heads.
Yeah.
And in theory, that would mean it's still a Volvo head, it's still the same bolt pattern, because you can just bolt a B234 head right on a B230 block. You have to change some other stuff. But in theory, it means we could just slap one of those Volvo 8 valve heads on there for $16. And then this is where we're a little bit lost, because if we use an LH 2.2 head, it's the hall sensor's in the distributor.
Right.
So we could build a micro squirt harness in like 45 minutes
Uh-huh.
and have full standalone. We could even put turbo on it. I don't know how that bottom end would handle it.
Oh.
We have to ask Anthony about that.
Yeah.
So the timing belt, would we use Volvo timing? Is that
Because the timing tensioner is on the head.
on a Volvo? Yeah.
So, which I believe it is also on the 423s. And so I would think you just need to take the crank gear for the timing belt off of Volvo B230, and
You put the Volvo one on the Ford block.
yeah, and then why couldn't you use it?
Was it the right length?
Is it even the right bore size to go on the crank? I don't know.
What if the Ford one, just the teeth count is right, and you can just put a Volvo timing belt on it? Why does this work?
Could it work?
We need somebody to give us an answer, because I was doing some Wikipedia research. So I was like, the red block had to have come first, right? Because Volvo's been, the B21 came out in 1974, the 240.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I keep touching my nose because I have a zit inside my nose. It's like making my whole face hurt. We don't need to have that discussion. Anyway. So I was like 1974, and like all the SVO Mustangs and shit, the Lima engine was like the 80s. It was like the big thing. But then I looked it up, and they made the first year of the 2.3 Lima engine was 1974 as well. So I was like, well, shit, because before that, Volvo was cam in block.
Old push rod.
Yeah, push rod 4 cylinders. So there was a 2-liter version of the Lima engine that was overhead cam that came in the Pinto in 1970. So we're trying to figure out why they're almost identical. Like, was there some engineering crossover and Ford was just like, yeah, this is our engine, feel free to copy our homework? Or like, was it just, there's no way it was coincidental that you can just slap a head on there and it just needs a little bit, like, there's no way that's the case.
I don't see it.
That can't be real.
Somebody had to copy some, like, Volvo had to have copied some homework.
I don't understand. And he doesn't have a picture on the website. I want to know what the studs look like, because he says it puts the head on the block in the proper position. Does that mean it offsets it to some degree?
Maybe.
And how does that work? Is it
just, you have one...
Why does this work? Who came up with, like, somebody had to know something. Be like, these engines are really similar because this happened in the 70s between these two companies, so I should be able to just put a 16-valve head on a Ford engine. Well, and then he goes, oh yeah, we gotta shift it over a little bit, but yeah, true, definitely.
Because Anthony was saying that the bore and stroke on a Volvo B230 is the same as a Lima 2.3. So theoretically, you could swap like rods and stuff, and I mean, I don't know if the crank's the same or not. Probably not.
If the crank journals are the same width, then there'd be no reason you couldn't bolt the rods on. I guess they're the same diameter too.
Yeah, I don't know, but the piston rings I think are the same. Like the piston heads and rings are the same. So.
Okay, why?
I don't know.
Maybe Anthony knows.
Maybe he knows something we don't know. But I don't know why you couldn't take just an 8-valve Volvo head and put it on. Like, it's generally the same. And then once you do that, you know, why can't you use a Volvo timing belt? Or a Ford 2.3 timing belt if you didn't want to change all that? You know, why wouldn't it work?
I don't
Maybe
know.
You just change pulleys. I don't know.
Hopefully somebody knows something about this.
Because it would be really funny if we threw, like, my old drift car cylinder head.
Yeah,
on that.
No, that was a 2.4 car that we need a 2.2 distributor.
You just get a 2.2 distributor.
Yeah.
I think I have one.
Yeah, you probably do. I think I have one as well, actually, somewhere. Because the junkyard head had one on it, but we put the one that was on my car before back on the new head.
Yeah, because we didn't know if it worked or not, like the hall sensor.
Right. But either way, we could get one. Just plug a hall sensor, because then we wouldn't need crank trigger or anything. We would just need the hall sensor signal for tach, and then run a Volvo coil, or not even coil pack, but coiled.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Then we just use like a Volvo intake manifold, Volvo everything.
Yeah.
And then a Volvo base mat would probably run it just fine, because it's the same engine basically.
Yeah, if we weren't turboing it, we could just let it be.
I don't have an NA base map, but like we could probably use my turbo ignition map and then just tone it down a little bit.
Either that or turbo it.
Well,
7 pounds of boost is not.
I was gonna say we have between us like 7 turbo Volvo manifolds.
We could just get an eBay turbo, like the $100 57 trim, you know, And
The big, yeah,
but
dude, what we should do is get one of the eBay copies of the GT28, the dual ball bearing little tiny turbo that came on like the Pulsar GTIR. That way it just lights up immediately, and then we'll just put like 30-inch tires on it and go jump it in the sand dunes.
Oh god,
That'd be so sick, dude. We get like a wide body kit and some Fox suspension and just drop like 10 G's on this stupid Ranger.
on this.
And then just go jump it. But yeah, I don't.
Is that possible? Like,
If it's actually as simple as spending $16 and slapping a Volvo head and using all Volvo parts on there, there's no reason not to do it.
yeah,
Micro Squirt's what, $300?
Yeah, you
And
throw-
then we'll get white band for $150.
yeah, and
We
then
have everything else. We get some fucking fuses. Huh.
we should look into it more. Someone let us know.
Food
if
for
that's-
thought.
Like, can we even try that? Is that even something we could, we could try?
I mean, I
think
guess
you
it is
could.
only $16. We could just buy that and put the head on it and then go from there.
Yeet.
Because like I can't imagine that like cooling channels and stuff are different for a 16 valve head because they go on the exact same block.
Yeah.
So in theory, that 16 valve adapter thing should also be an 8 valve adapter to a Ford. And there's just no reason anyone besides us would ever do that. So that's not how it's advertised.
Yeah. I just don't really want to go to a junkyard and pull another Ford 2.3 head.
Yeah, there's no reason when we got head all over the place.
Yeah, so.
We got head from all different area codes.
Oh.
Alright, well, we're almost back.
Miller Welder. All right, Ross. I have this ultimatum. I'm gonna put down. We're gonna go get food. I'm hungry. The end of March, the SE runs with the CD swap and the built engine out of Jasmine.
Alright.
I'm talking drive shaft in. We can drive it.
Oh.
End of March. Maybe sooner if we can, but end of March. If it doesn't happen by the end of March, you guys can. I don't know. Anyway, that's my goal. The end of March, that car's drivable. And we gotta break in the clutch. I'm just gonna get it like reasonably street tuned. We're not gonna do any hefty pulls or anything. We're just gonna drive it like normal, 500 miles, get the clutch broke in. Then we're gonna do street tuning on 91, see where we're at injector wise before we take it out to the dyno. Because if we have enough injector, it's got 750s now. The wagon already has an AEM 340 in tank. And if we have enough injector and I'm not at some crazy duty cycle because I'm going to shoot for 20 PSI. But like I said, again, we're not going to situate that till after the clutch is broken in, because I've seen what happens when you don't break a clutch in. That's what my G35 was like. It looked like a toddler broke their teeth on it. But yeah, so if we've got enough injector, I want to put it on E85 because that car was already on E85. And I've got the engine and transmission and clutch to support the extra power from E85. I've got the fuel pump. We just basically got to see if we've got the injector. If not, if I really wanted to do E85, I could get some RC 1200s or 1400s. But 750s might be enough to do it. I'm just not sure. 20 pounds of boost with somewhat aggressive timing. I'm gonna have Kenny go through my timing map again probably, because he was pretty careful with it because it was stock rods. But I was still gonna run no knock sensor, but just because knock sensors are very noisy on red blocks, and apparently my Mega Squirts don't like that. It'll like always pull timing because they're super noisy sensors. But we could probably get a little more aggressive with the timing considering the rods and ARP hardware. But yeah, so I guess we'll see. The other thing about E85 is our shop is, an hour away from where we live currently, and there's no E85 out there.
Yeah.
There's only one E85 station in our city, and there's one in the city that's like 20 minutes away.
The other direction.
Yeah. So that puts you like an hour and a half away from the shop. And apparently the E85 in Boise is not very good very often.
No.
So 91's easier. If I wanted to ball out, I'd put C16 in it because you could always buy that. But that shit's like $8 a gallon.
more than that, doesn't
I don't know. E85 is cheap, but it's not readily available here. 91 is 91. Yeah, we don't have 93, by the way, before anybody throws a fit about
it?
that. End of our Volvo run. Sorry this video was kind of boring. We were going to push Jasmine in and start it and just mess with it a little bit, but Ross had to get the trailer back at 5, so here we are. But we're going to go out there this weekend, and I think we're going to put it together, let her rip one more time, fire it up for the last time before it gets taken apart, and then, yeah. So thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at BigB1011. Follow Ross on Instagram at WeGotRoss. Add me on Snapchat at BigB1011 as well if you want to see a picture of your car featured at the end of one of my videos. Send a picture of it to me at cursedforeverhelp@gmail.com. I haven't got one in a long time. I should start talking about that at the beginning of the videos.
Ah, yes.
We still have to do a video roasting people's cars. At any rate, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.